Hello and welcome to Morning Fuel. I am your host, John Bundy, and you are here because you believe in the power of the spoken word and its ability to change lives, and that by sharing our stories, we can help others to overcome challenges that they cannot overcome on their own. Whether it's a victory you need to win in business or in your own personal life, you understand that the answers can be found in listening to others who are willing to share their stories, knowing that their story ultimately doesn't belong to them. All right, today's guest is a Puerto Rico native who loves to explore, surf, and make coffee. Owner of La Cafetera, Mara Rosado. Mara, very, very nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too.
Yeah, so my family came down here for the first time in October.
Okay.
My wife and I were celebrating our 25th wedding anniversary.
Wow.
We brought our youngest daughter, Kimberly, down, and I fell in love with Puerto Rico. I am never have been much of a beach person, and I always thought, oh, beach, but it's so much more than just beaches.
Yeah.
And one of the wonderful things that I've learned, and I'm so glad that I'm back now, and that is the food trucks and the food carts and the so many different flavors and different personalities. And one of them we fell in love with La Cafetera. We probably came here about 5 times in the 2 weeks that we were here, and I've already been here every day to get my coffee. But very, very nice to meet you. So talk to us a little bit about why did you start a food cart?
Okay. So I always wanted to have my own business because it's like what I wanted to do since I was super young. And then, so food trucks here are easier because it's like easier to open.
Sure.
You obviously pay less rent, and it's more easy.
Easier to maintain. You don't have a big restaurant to take care of.
So it's like an easier way to start, And then, so I was barista for like 7 years, and I always wanted to have my own or like business of breakfast and coffee, but I love my work back then, and then I was so comfortable, so I like.
Can you mention where you used to work? Where did you barista?
Yeah, I was a barista in Cafe To Go. It's another coffee shop here in
Okay.
Rincon. I was there for 7 years, and then.
And they missed you when you left. I guarantee.
I missed them too. Yeah, it was a good like friendship too.
Sure.
So, but before that, I wanted to have my own business. Actually, I asked for work there because I was studying college and I had no money to buy coffee.
Right.
So I asked work there so I could have free coffee.
Yeah.
And I asked for work for 6 months, and I ended up being 7 years.
Okay.
And then it was like I promised myself that before 30 years old, I was gonna open my own business. And last year I was 29, so I had to do it. And
So
then,
you just opened last year.
Yeah, it's gonna be a year in January.
January is your anniversary.
Yeah.
Are you going to celebrate?
Yeah, we're gonna have like a live music here, and we're gonna give away a bunch of stuff like.
Wonderful.
Yeah,
Very
it's gonna
cool.
be a good
Wow.
day.
So when in January? What day?
It's January 16, but the party is gonna be January 15 because it's a Sunday. It's more like a family day.
All right. Wonderful. Sunday. Wonderful. So we will make sure that this episode comes out before then.
Okay.
Okay, so we'll get a little bit. So that's wonderful. So you lived in Puerto Rico all of your life. Have you done any travels?
Yeah, not much, but I've been to California. I've been to Sri Lanka and Morocco, mostly for surf. Sorry.
Do you compete?
I competed a little bit and I did good, but it's not my like. I don't know. I don't really like to compete. I do it for fun.
Yeah.
And competing is.
It's beautiful.
For me, I get nervous and I don't like it.
I never thought that I would even have a chance to learn how to surf, but when we were here in October, you know Rolly in the plaza. Rolly is a business owner in the plaza. I cannot remember the name of his spot, and please forgive me, Rolly. But he also does surf lessons.
Okay.
So he had a guy come out and teach my daughter and I, and we were out for 30 minutes, and then it started pouring down rain, so we came back in. But I got up on the board twice on my knees, like I didn't fully get up, and I was like, "Oh, I've got to do this." So I'm gonna keep practicing. Well, that's wonderful. So exploring, surfing, making coffee. Now, do you have other specialties here that are just Mara Rosado that is something that just you do here at?
Well, I do the coffee, and then I also do fresh juices and the overnight oats. That's like
Oh, yeah.
what I do, and then everything else is cooked by the chef.
Okay, so now I heard that Eli, he makes some brownies.
Yeah, he makes really good brownies.
Okay, I'm gonna have to try that. I don't have much of a sweet tooth, but I love chocolate.
Okay, then
So-
you're gonna love these fudge brownies.
Oh, okay, wonderful. Wow. So, let's see. So what do you do when you're not at work here? Do you just surf, or are there other fun things you
I
do?
go to the beach, and I like to go a lot to the mountain, like explore the rivers and.
Okay.
But going surfing is like the number one option on my days off.
Is that a morning? Do you do that in the morning, or when do you do that?
Very early in the morning or late in the afternoon, because it's when there's less wind. Like
Okay.
at noon it gets pretty windy, so it's not that fun.
Okay.
Sometimes it's fun, but sometimes.
All right, Mara, one of the reasons why we do this show is so that other people would get brave. You wanted to own a business. You did it. Can you tell us over the past year something that you've learned, and then also lead into what are your thoughts for another 5 years, 10 years? What do you want to do?
Hopefully the business will grow, and I'll end up in like a, how you say, not a food truck. Like,
Oh, so you have a restaurant, a building.
yeah, I would love that. That's
Oh,
like
wow.
my plan for the future.
Okay.
Yeah.
Have you seen a spot where you want to do
No,
it?
not yet.
Do you want to do it near the beach? Do you want to do it in the mountains? Both?
Here in Rincon would be nice, near the beach.
Right.
Yeah,
Right.
definitely. But it's gonna be like, I would love to keep the food truck open
Yeah.
too, because I have so much love for it, because my boyfriend and I built it completely from scratch.
Right.
Like we spent 5 months building it. It was like really hard. 5 months. I say
Sure.
I have PTSD from it, because it was so much hard work and
Yeah.
sweat, and then
But it's so worth it. Once you finish,
Yeah.
you did that.
now we see it like
Yeah.
open and working, and it's really nice. And then we use all the wood from the fallen trees from Maria. He
Wow,
became Maria,
yeah.
so it has like, including the tables and everything. So it's like part of history,
Yes.
in the wood.
So this was
it makes it
born
special.
out of hard work,
Yeah.
hurricane,
Exactly. Yes.
the pandemic. You had to go through the pandemic before. Well, that was before, but you came out of the pandemic and you still started a
Yes,
business.
Exactly. Yeah.
Wow, very cool. Cool. So tell us before I ask my last question, tell us something about Mara Rosado that no one knows or very few people know.
Well, let me
I
think.
put you on the spot.
Yeah. Something that nobody knows.
Well, maybe not nobody. We don't want to talk about that stuff, but very few people know.
Well, I don't know if a lot of people knows I write the positive messages for.
I
the
thought you
cups.
bought those.
No, I write
You
them myself.
Okay.
So
You see that?
one day I was really bored in my past work.
Yeah.
And I wrote the same message for every cup. I wrote like, today's gonna be a good day. And I saw people smile.
Yeah.
And I was like, this is a really good idea, and I started doing it. But then I knew I was eventually gonna do it for myself, so I stopped doing
Okay.
it.
Read what you've written.
So mine say, we do not gain things of value if we are not willing to pay the price.
Mm.
And then this is like, for me, this is a way of like putting a little piece on someone, like to make him have a better day, or think
Yeah.
positively, like spreading positive like
Yeah.
vibes.
Yeah.
To the
This
world.
this world needs that,
So
especially right now.
I don't feel like I'm just making coffee. I'm also like doing something good for
That's
the world.
beautiful. That's beautiful. I'm going to read mine here. It says, wanting to be someone else is a waste of the person that you are. That's beautiful. That's beautiful. Well, very nice to meet you, Mara. Where can people find you on social media? Where can they go?
So we have Facebook, La Cafetera Rincon, and we also have Instagram, lacafetera.pr.
lacafetera.pr. Okay, wonderful. Well, Mara, thank you so much for doing this interview. It's great to get to know you, and I'll be here like almost every day. I'll be spending too much money here, but it's very, very nice to meet you. Thanks for your time.
The opportunity.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
Gracias.
Thank you.